Yeah,
Pie Man.
as you might better know him. You and I had a spat. We had a falling out yesterday in the office about this. I kind of think, why are people complaining so much about a man eating a pie?
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's not just a man eating a pie, is it?
I think it is. What is it to you, Gav? What does it mean to you?
It's profound egotree, and profound egotree that is actually against the rules. So, in case anyone's been living under a Wayne Shaw-sized rock over the past couple of days, Wayne Shaw is the large reserve goalkeeper, rotund, he's a portly fellow.
Yeah.
With Sutton United, who were playing Arsenal in the FA Cup on Monday night, and he became a bit of a cult hero. Mainly because, let's face it, he's larger than most reserve goalkeepers that you'll see.
Big boned.
Yeah. And he also hoovered the dugouts. I didn't know dugouts ever needed hoovering. And I think he slept on the training ground a couple of times, and then he really doubled down on his cult hero-ness. He popped up to the bar at half-time, and then after Sutton United made 3 subs, he was pictured on the BBC tucking into a pie on the substitutes bench. So that's the story, and he became an internet sensation, for want of a better phrase. And things unravelled pretty quickly the following day. He was investigated. I think he is being investigated by the Gambling Commission and the Football Association over irregular betting. So a betting company, which we won't name, were offering bets on him eating a pie on the bench, and they were offering those before the game. And Shaw did it, and people were wondering, "Oh, is this a publicity stunt? Is he going to make a bit of dough out of this?" And sorry, the guy's got to earn a crust, you know. And then I think he went on whatever Piers Morgan's breakfast TV show is. He went on that and said that he was aware of it and wanted to give them a bit of banter. Just to kind of squeeze that word out of my throat. It's a hard word to come out sometimes.
That hurt.
So that's the story. And then it all ended in tears, quite literally. But I think he was crying down the phone when Sutton told him that, yeah, Wayne, we need your resignation. And he tendered his resignation. I'm not sure what he's resigning from, being Sutton's sub-goalkeeper or whatever. But that's the story. Now, it was a big thing. There was lots of opinion, shall we say, from cultural tastemakers and columnists and fans online. And you disagree with the fact that it's a matter of debate. Is this correct?
Kind of. I don't think it's open to debate as to whether he breached gambling rules. He's admitted he did that, and I think it's, as you said, it is profound egotree. It's stupid behaviour, gobshite behaviour, as you might put it, actually, Gav. But that's not where people were annoyed initially. Like, people were annoyed initially because he's just looking for publicity, and he's was it Paul Hayward wrote in the Telegraph that his antics have overshadowed Sutton's FA Cup game against Arsenal on their FA Cup run? They have now, because we've allowed it to. But like, at the time when he wrote that, there was a couple of GIFs and videos going around Twitter of a guy eating a pie. I wouldn't say it's as impressive or as effective as Sutton reaching the last 16 of the FA Cup and playing Arsenal at their home ground. Like, if you ask a Sutton fan in 20 years' time, remember that Arsenal game, they might now say, "Oh yeah, that was the day Wayne Shaw ate that pie." Yeah. Or maybe they'll say, "Yeah, wasn't that a great cup run that we got to the last 16? One of 2 non-league teams getting to that stage for the first time since 1915 or something like that." Maybe they'll remember it more so for their incredible cup run where they dumped out a number of teams and ended up playing against Arsenal.
Yeah, but it won't be remembered for that now.
But will it not?
No, of course not. It'll always be remembered as, oh yeah, that's the game where the guy ate the pie and had to resign. I mean, it even fucking rhymes really well.
Yeah.
The guy who ate the pie and then had to resign.
But do you not feel as though like that?
That's the headline on it now, and it will be for all eternity. There are certain FA Cup shocks which have been reduced to themes, like Liverpool going and visiting Luton Town's plastic pitch and so forth, and Tony Cascarino drawing Exeter against Man United. And this is the thing that this will be known for. So if Sutton wanted their place in FA Cup history forever, they've now got it thanks to this Egypt eating a pie. But they're not. I mean, they're a serious football team in many respects. They played well to get to where they are. Who did they knock out in the way? Was it Brighton? Am I thinking of... No, I'm thinking of Lincoln City. Jesus, I can't even remember who they knocked out because of all this Wayne Shaw stuff. Offering me a
so that's going to be... Yeah. All right, well, that's your defining memory of Sutton's Cup run. I just kind of think that when it happened and the initial outrage, before it had even become apparent that this might have been for a bet and to promote.
But I think a lot of the outrage was about.
It was about him making it about himself initially, you know.
Yeah, okay. And I actually I was a bit annoyed by that, I have to say. I'm going to the pub at half time and doing this and doing that, eating the pie.
He was going to the pub at half time, but like, fair enough, he's trying hard, whatever. But like, it's a big day, you know. I think initially he's thinking, I'll make the most of it, whatever. He might not have thought when it was put to him by this gambling company that came into Sutton for the day and now leave them in the rear view mirror. It might have been just put to him, you know, would you mind doing this or whatever? And he goes, yeah, why not? It's going to be a fantastic occasion. We'll have a bit of crack. Like, him going to the bar with fans wasn't broadcast on TV, was it?
I don't think so.
It came up in a couple of pictures
But
online.
he knows that if he does that in this day and age with technology, he knows it'll be broadcast.
But, like, you can say that about anybody doing anything, like... Can he not just go up to the bar with a couple of fans and enjoy himself for 5 minutes, no?
Not at half time.
But sure, he's...
Do it after the game. Maybe do it before. Don't do it during the game.
The manager was not impressed as well, we should point out. He was asked as to whether he believed it was for a bet, this pie incident, and he said it probably was, and we haven't come out of it well. I don't think Sutton have come out of it well now at all. Because
no, of course not.
Sacking him... Right, they fined him... No, not... The FA fined him 15 grand...
And apparently he's been suspended for 6 months.
Yeah, and Sutton sack him after taking money from this gambling company in question for raising publicity during their game for the same company that is paying the club. That is plastered all around the stadium.
Yeah.
Like every single billboard. To the point, I didn't know that this company existed until that game on Monday night. So how can you really sack a man for just getting in on a little bit of the action? An amateur footballer... You know, I don't know what age he is. He's probably coming towards the end of his
he's 47
average
or
career.
Something
you know,
mad. He was in a youth team with that.
But why? What's the big deal then?
Because he broke the rules. Firstly,
no, but I'm not talking about that. Like, I
don't know how you can ignore it without saying that I don't know how you can address this without ignoring the fact that he broke rules that are pretty clear.
No, but I can accept that 100%. But like, that wouldn't offend. Like, if a man breaks the rules and he's punished, grant. Like, that doesn't offend me on a personal basis.
Your problem is the people who were annoyed at him for doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
The people that were annoyed at this without any knowledge of the gambling aspect of it.
Yeah. Initially, like. And there was a lot.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people, maybe they're only cloaking their annoyance at it. Cloak their annoyance in terms of the gambling thing. But even so, I mean, it's egotree. It's egotree of the highest order, and it has overshadowed Sutton's Cup run. It will forever be known as the game in which the guy ate the pie and had to resign, and it's kind of coloured Sutton's entire FA Cup run and has coloured the efforts of their players. I mean, there's been almost no discussion since that incident of how, you know, the gap between Arsenal and Sutton on the field was not that huge. It was 2-0, but Sutton were really quite good. I mean, they almost scored they should have scored when a guy whose name I don't even know, thanks to the exploits of Wayne Shaw, whose name I can't rid out of my consciousness, he missed a point blank header and then another guy hit the bar. There's been such little discussion about that, and such little discussion about how well Sutton had everything looking for the BBC cameras and what a great event it is. All it's been about is this guy eating the pie, and he knew that. When he's unwrapping a pie in front of the BBC cameras, he knows that.
Why did the BBC cameras cut to him?
They were always going to.
How did they know? How did they know it was going to happen?
Well, I mean, now we're into conspiracy theories that may be linked to his resignation. But anyway.
Possibly. I would be a little bit suspicious about that. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, Gav. I just don't think it was as big a deal as...
Well, I can see where you're coming from, which means I think I've won this debate.
I'd probably accept that. I can't really argue much longer. It's just, it didn't upset me as profoundly as it did other people. He broke the rules, he got punished. That's about it, really. I don't know why people have to take such personal offence. Moving on. Gav, you spoke with Daniel Gordon.
Yeah, director of the new George Best documentary, George Best All By Himself.